Remember Friday nights in the 1990s? Your family piling into the car, driving to Blockbuster, walking through those blue and yellow doors. Row after row of VHS tapes, later DVDs. The smell of popcorn, excited kids running to the kids section, adults debating which new release to rent. Blockbuster Video was everywhere. At its peak, there were over 9,000 Blockbuster stores worldwide. It was a $5 billion company. Today, there's one Blockbuster left. One in Bend, Oregon. What happened? How did the most dominant video rental chain in the world collapse so completely? Let's break it down. Blockbuster was founded in 1985 by David Cook in Dallas, Texas. The concept was simple. A video rental store with massive selection, clean, family-friendly environment, and convenient locations. Before Blockbuster, video rental was dominated by small mom-and-pop stores. They had limited selection, they were often dingy, hours were inconsistent. Blockbuster changed everything. They brought corporate efficiency to video rental. Thousands of titles, consistent hours, clean stores, friendly service. And they expanded aggressively. By 1989, Blockbuster had 1,000 stores. By 1994, over 4,000 stores. Blockbuster became a cultural phenomenon. Friday night trips to Blockbuster became an American ritual. Kids begged parents to rent movies. Couples debated which movies to watch. The new release wall was prime real estate. For a generation, Blockbuster was home entertainment. Before streaming, before on-demand cable, before Redbox, there was Blockbuster. Here's what made Blockbuster so profitable. Late fees. Blockbuster's business model was brilliant and predatory. You'd rent a movie for $3 to $5, you'd have it for 2 to 3 days, then you'd return it. But what happened when you forgot to return it? Late fees. $1 to $2 per day. And they added up fast. Industry estimates say Blockbuster made $800 million per year from late fees. Roughly 16% of their total revenue. People hated late fees. You'd rent a $4 movie, forget to return it for a week, and owe $18. The movie would have been cheaper to buy. But here's the thing. Late fees worked. They drove profits. Blockbuster's investors loved them. Wall Street loved them. So Blockbuster kept charging them, even when customers complained, even when it hurt the brand. This decision, prioritizing short-term profits from late fees over customer satisfaction, would come back to haunt them because someone else was paying attention to what customers hated. In 1997, a guy named Reed Hastings got hit with a $40 late fee from Blockbuster. He was embarrassed, he was angry, and he thought, there's got to be a better way. So he founded Netflix. Initially, Netflix was a DVD by mail service. You'd order DVDs online, they'd mail them to you. You'd mail them back, no late fees ever. Netflix launched in 1998. Now here's where it gets interesting. In 2000, Reed Hastings flew to Blockbuster's headquarters in Dallas. He pitched Blockbuster CEO John Antioco on a partnership. Netflix would handle Blockbuster's online presence. Blockbuster would promote Netflix in stores. Hastings offered to sell Netflix to Blockbuster for $50 million. Blockbuster laughed him out of the room. They thought Netflix was a joke, a niche service for tech nerds. Blockbuster had 9,000 stores and billions in revenue. Why would they need some mail-order DVD startup? That was the moment. That was where Blockbuster could have owned the future of home entertainment. They passed. Netflix's current market value, over $415 billion. That $50 million investment would have been the greatest business deal in modern history. Instead, it became Blockbuster's death sentence. After rejecting Netflix, Blockbuster did eventually try to compete. In 2004, Blockbuster launched Blockbuster Online, their own mail-order DVD service. But it was too late. Netflix already had millions of subscribers and brand loyalty. Blockbuster also eliminated late fees in 2005, the revenue source they'd relied on for years. This was supposed to win customers back. Instead, it gutted their profits without stopping the bleeding. Meanwhile, Netflix kept innovating. In 2007, Netflix launched streaming. No more waiting for DVDs in the mail. Blockbuster tried to respond. They launched their own streaming service. But they were always one step behind. And here's the bigger problem. Blockbuster was drowning in debt. They'd been bought out by Viacom, then spun off, then bought by investors who loaded them with debt. They owed billions. The combination was fatal. Losing customers to Netflix, carrying massive debt, no profitable business model without late fees, couldn't compete with streaming technology. Store closures started. Hundreds, then thousands. In 2010, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy. By 2013, Blockbuster announced they'd close all remaining stores. The blue and yellow signs came down. The shelves were cleared. The Friday night ritual was over. But here's where the story gets interesting. One Blockbuster survived. In Bend, Oregon, the Bend Blockbuster stayed open when all the others closed. Why? It's locally owned, operates as a franchise, and the community genuinely supports it. Bend is a small city in central Oregon. It's somewhat isolated. Streaming internet was initially spotty there, and people loved their local Blockbuster, so it survived. Today, the Bend Blockbuster is a tourist attraction. People visit from around the world. They take photos, they rent movies for the nostalgia, then buy Blockbuster merchandise. Netflix even joked about it. They created a documentary called The Last Blockbuster about the Bend location. It's become a time capsule, reminder of what Friday nights used to be like. So what killed Blockbuster? Technology? Yes, partially. Streaming was always going to disrupt physical rental. But Blockbuster didn't have to die. They had the brand, they had the locations, they had the customer base. Here's what actually killed them. Arrogance. They thought they were too big to fail. They laughed at Netflix. They couldn't imagine a world where people didn't drive to stores. Short-term thinking. Late fees made money now, but destroyed customer loyalty. Prioritized quarterly profits over long-term brand health. Debt. Financial mismanagement left them unable to invest in the future. They couldn't afford to compete with Netflix's technology investments. Failure to adapt. By the time Blockbuster tried to compete online and with streaming, they were years behind. In technology, years equal death. The lesson? When a small competitor is solving a problem your customers hate, pay attention. When technology is disrupting your industry, adapt or die. When you're big, that's when you're most vulnerable. Blockbuster had every advantage. They threw it all away. Blockbuster Video went from 9,000 stores to one in less than a decade. For those of us who remember it, Blockbuster represents a specific time. A time when entertainment required effort. When Friday nights meant driving somewhere. When choosing a movie was a family event. That time is gone. Netflix won. Streaming won. Convenience won. But if you're ever in Bend, Oregon, stop by the last Blockbuster. Rent a movie. Remember what it used to be like. Now, here's my question for you. What business do you remember from your childhood that's completely gone now? Drop it in the comments. I might cover it in a future video. Subscribe to Then versus Now for more stories about businesses, product, and cultural phenomena that used to dominate and then disappeared. Thanks for watching.